Hey kids, welcome back to our series. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I can't wait to learn today's crazy story. But before we get started, I have a question for you. How many of you guys have brothers or sisters? All right, I got a few. Well, how many of you have had your brother or sister do something really made you mad? I have too, okay? Well, okay, here is the really tough question, right? How many of you, after your brother or sister made you mad, found it very hard to forgive them? Yeah, it's really tough. Of course, it's very difficult to forgive someone, even our family, when they hurt us or do us wrong. We're going to learn a crazy story from the Bible today that deals with a family fight today. But first, we need to check out our friend Josh. Watch this video, please.
Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of I Know It Sounds Crazy, but It's True. I'm Josh, and my friends and I, howdy do.
I'm so excited!
Excellent. You people make my brain hurt.
I couldn't look at it.
You stay away from my brain, creepo. Guys, focus.
Excuse me.
We're here to talk about some of the weirdest, wackiest, and strangest stories of the entire Bible. And today, we're talking about two brothers. Jacob and Esau. Now, Jacob and Esau had a dad who was blind. He couldn't see at all. And Jacob and Esau knew that when their dad passed away, Esau was going to get a special blessing. Jacob was jealous of his brother. I mean,
Big time.
and so Jacob was going to trick their dad to give him the blessing instead of his brother. And how exactly is he going to do that? Esau was a really hairy guy. Kind of like Bigfoot.
What are you looking at?
Or Chewbacca. Disturbing. So Jacob got help from his mom.
Hello?
And covered himself with animal fur. To trick their dad into thinking he was his hairy brother.
Here we have Jacob sporting the latest animal fur fashion, looking just like his brother Esau, and not at all like some weird hairy lady.
Talk about nuts.
How silly! That'll never work!
Well, it did work.
Never mind.
Esau found out and he was furious. And Jacob had to run for his life.
Be right back. Gotta run for my life!
But where's Jacob gonna go?
I don't know!
What's he gonna do?
I just said I don't know!
And can I look at his brain?
No. You're gonna find out what happens next in today's lesson. Professor,
Hello.
hit the button.
Okie dokie.
Goodness, those brothers had a really crazy situation going on. Can you imagine putting on a camel hair to try to convince your blind dad that you are actually your hairy twin brother? That's crazy! All right, well, it's clear that things are not going well for the brothers. What will happen? Will they forgive one another? Will they stay angry forever? Who knows? You're going to learn all about the importance of forgiving those who hurt you and betray you in our lesson today. Even when it is your family, forgiveness can be hard, but we will learn how to end family fights in the right way. But right now, it is time to check in with our friend Disco Dave, and he's going to teach you what you gotta know. Pow, pow.
What you gotta know? What you gotta know? What you gotta know?
What's happening, you crazy cats? It's me, Disco Dave, and I'm here to tell you what you gotta know. Today, we're learning the importance of resolving conflict with others. So today, every time somebody asks you what you gotta know, you tell them, no matter how you've done me wrong, I know we can get along. Sometimes folks just don't get along, even in church. I'm mad at you. You don't think my hair is funky fresh. You're right. I think it's out of sight. Like, get that thing out of sight. Why I order? That's not how we handle things at all. We gotta handle things with love. We gotta handle them the Bible way. So today, every time somebody asks you what you gotta know, you tell them, no matter how you've done me wrong, I know we can get along. That right there is what you gotta know. I'm Disco Dave saying, Dynamite!
That was a great what you gotta know. Well, today we are going to look at two brothers, that's four. We're gonna look at two brothers named Jacob and Esau. They were twins, and Esau was born first though. So according to tradition, he was supposed to receive his father's blessing and get all of his father's possessions when he died. His brother, Jacob, did a very wicked thing to him. Jacob tricked his father into blessing him instead of Esau. That meant that Jacob stole Esau's birthright from him. Esau got more than just a little upset. Years and years went by, and the brothers never talked to each other or saw each other. After many years of running from his brother, Jacob really wanted to apologize to his brother. Jacob heard that Esau and his family were close by. So Jacob sent a messenger to Esau, and he told him that he wanted to make up for what he had done. He offered gifts, animals, and other things in order to let Esau know that he was serious. When Esau saw all of the gifts, he was very surprised. Jacob was excited when his servants arrived back at his camp. But the servants came with some startling news. The servants told Jacob, Esau is on his way here with an army of 400 men. When Jacob heard this, he was terrified. Esau was coming to kill him. He was coming to make Jacob pay for what he had done so many years ago. There was only one thing Jacob could do, and that was to pray. And that's what he did. He got on his knees and he prayed to God, please rescue me from Esau, for he is surely coming to kill me. Jacob knew he needed God to help him and his family in this fight. The next day, Esau arrived at Jacob's camp. Jacob ran out to meet Esau, and instead of tearing into him and saying, it's about time you got here, you've been mad at me long enough, get over it already. Jacob kept a humble attitude and went to greet his brother Esau by bowing down before him like a servant. Esau grabbed Jacob, pulled him close, and hugged him. He forgave his brother Jacob for all of the things he had done. Today we're going to learn all about how we can forgive others when they have decided to hurt us. But I want you guys to tune into our power verse, and I hope you guys like today's.
It's the salt, a little sweet. Oh, hey boys and girls, it's me, Teriyaki, and I was just cooking up something tasty for my restaurant. Nice rice. It's a 5-star fine dining establishment that's famous for, you guessed it, my rice. Hard to mess that up. Now today, I'm also cooking up a very special power verse. The trouble is, I'm famous for getting things mixed up. Eggs aren't the only thing I scramble. I mix up the ingredients, the names of our dishes, and even the power verse. So I'm gonna need your help unscrambling the whole thing today. So let's look at it together. Do all that everyone can to live in peace with Romans. U 12:18. Yes, this is not right. Very wrong, very mixed up. Kind of reminds me of the time I tried to make pizza but forgot the crust. Ooh, what a mess. Boys and girls, I'm gonna need your help getting this one unscrambled. Let's look at it together. Do all that everyone can. That sounds odd. Let's move everyone to the side. To live in peace with Romans. Wait a second. We shouldn't just live in peace with Romans. We should live in peace with everyone. Oh yes, everyone. Where does it say this verse is found? U 12:18? That's definitely not right. Where do you think it's found? Oh, Romans! Which means the word you can only go in one place. Yes, that's it. I think we have it. Now, stand with me and say it loud on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Do all that you can to live in peace with everyone. Romans 12:18. That's a great power verse. Now, let's make sure we really know it so when we need to remember it later, it's not all mixed up in our brains. Stand up and say it loud on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Do all that you can to live in peace with everyone. Romans 12:18. Great job, boys and girls. Now, I've got to get back to making this lasagna. Or was it lasagna? Get it? Lasagna, lasagna, lasagna. Okay, the customers are waiting. So until next time, this is Teriyaki saying, ladles up.
Today, we are learning about what happens when families fight. When we have hurt another member of our family, it is important to apologize. But it's equally as important for us to be willing to forgive our brother or sister if they are the ones who have hurt us. Being hurt is a part of life. Things happen at school, they happen at church, they happen at home, all right? Have you ever seen this scene that looks like this? Does that look familiar? Fights are almost unavoidable in families, or even among friends. Things happen and we get in fights and arguments. But what should we do when that happens? Should we let the fight go on? Should we apologize? Well, we are going to look at 2 brothers from the Bible that we learned about earlier today and learn some very, very important lessons about all of that. All right, do you guys remember what happened when Jacob learned that Esau was close by? That's right. He sent some of his servants to go visit Esau and offer some gifts. He didn't wait for Esau to come to him. He was the one that had done wrong. So he made the first move. The lesson when we are in conflict is make the first move. If you are in conflict with someone, especially if you are the one who has done wrong, it is your responsibility to make the first move. If you wait on the other person to come to you, the conflict may never be over. When your sister makes you mad, you go over to her and you tell her you forgive her. When your friend is upset at you for making fun of him, you go to him and tell him you're sorry. Make the first move. That's what Jacob did, and that's what we should all do as well. All right? The next thing is ask God for help. All right, it's not always easy to make the first move. Sometimes we need to ask God for help. That's what Jacob did. When he heard that his brother was definitely coming to meet him, he got down on his knees and he prayed to God, right? Remember what he said? He said, God, I'm frightened. In fact, I'm scared to death of Esau. He is going to kill me and my family. God, please help me. When we have hurt someone, making the first move and talking to the person after a long time is pretty scary. We need to ask God for help. God will always help us have the courage and strength and the forgiveness we need to make things right. The next thing is keep a humble attitude. Esau arrived at Jacob's camp. Jacob ran out to meet Esau, and he kept a humble attitude. And he greeted his brother Esau by bowing down to him before him like a servant. Jacob didn't start telling Esau off. He didn't go like, you did this, No, he didn't. He started listing all the things Esau had done wrong by not forgiving him. Jacob bowed down before Esau in humility. That's what we need to do. Don't you go to the person you hurt with a chip on your shoulder? You go to them with a humble attitude and you simply say, I'm sorry. Esau ran towards Jacob and gave him a huge hug. I love hugs. He forgave his brother, and they both celebrated the family being brought back together. When two people have been apart that come back together, we call that restoration. All right, so if you follow steps 1 through 3, all right, 1, 2, 3, you can move to step 4 just like Jacob and Esau, and that is celebrate restoration. As Christians, we are not meant to be angry at each other, but to be like Jacob and make the first move. Ask God for help and keep a humble attitude, and then we can celebrate restoration when the fight is over and the friendships together are restored. All right, we need to celebrate when we are done fighting with each other. All right, we need to ask for forgiveness. We need to celebrate. All right, well, I am so glad that you decided to join us today for our lesson. I hope that you guys can learn a little bit about what it means when we fight with our siblings. All right, we need to make sure that we focus on God. All right, if you want to hear more awesome stories like this, or if you want to hear some Bible stories, you can go and check us out on Facebook at Meadowbrook Kids Online or at YouTube at Meadowbrook Kids Online. And I'm so excited that you decided to join us today. I love you guys, and I'm so thankful for you. Have a great day. Bye!